Hello, welcome to Shrouded Realms. Today I wanted to talk about dice oracles and different types that are available on the market. And then hopefully towards the end of the video, I can show you a customized system that I've come up with. And I'll give you a little bonus at the end as well. You might want to try this out yourself in your own gaming system. So, dice oracles have been around for a fairly long time, and they're probably the core to most solo game sessions. Probably the most well-known dice oracle system is the Mythic Game Master emulator. It has a whole bunch of other components built into it as well. Different versions of Mythic Game Master emulator on the market as well. This is the second edition. The first edition came in two varieties. There was a red book version, which was the rule set of its own, and the Game Master emulator rules. And then there's also the blue version, which is just the Game Master emulator rules, which strips away the rule set, and you can just use it with any rule set that you have, whether that be Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeon Crawl Classics, or any other modern game system. So I wanted to go over some tables to start with, so we can get an idea of what we're trying to achieve by making our own custom set of oracle dice. This particular table on the screen is one that you'd probably find in Mythic Game Master emulator. It's not the exact one, but it's a similar type, where you have probability down one side and a yes or no along the top, and then you'd do a lookup based on that. So you'd have maybe the different situations. You might have a likely or more likely chance of having a particular result. So in this case, we've got Dragon here, and he and Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight's gone to talk to the dragon to find out about some mystical gem that he needs to find. So we might say, does the dragon remember the knight from a previous encounter? So we would roll the dice and get a 33. Does the dragon remember him? Let's think. Maybe it's a likely chance that he's going to remember, because dragons apparently have a good memory. So what we would do is we look up the likely column down the side, and then we'd go look for the 33 along there, which is 20, no but. So dragon doesn't remember the knight, but maybe he's been asked about this particular mystical item before. So then from that we would continue on our game session. So D100 weighted probability oracle is fairly common. You'll find that one around. But if you want to strip everything back to the bare bones, I guess you could say, you've got a standard 1d6 oracle system, which is just your 1 to 6 roll with yes, no, and some modifiers built into it. Balanced weighting on all of the rolls. So if you wanted to have a very simple system, then you could just use the 1d6, and I've just rolled a 2 in that case. So no, the dragon doesn't remember the knight at all. So pretty similar, pretty simple system. We take one step up from that, and we can go with a 2d6 system, and we can add some more interesting mechanics once we've got 2 dice being rolled. Pretty similar odds. This particular version has a bit of a higher weighting for no. And also it has a doubles mechanic. So it has a high doubles and a low doubles mechanic. So if you were to roll a double, then some other things can be triggered, like a focus or twist or warning. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you would get a yes or no on that result, but it would trigger the special effect only. So that's another option for a dice oracle system. But what I've come up with is, well, initially I started off with I'll just turn this slideshow off for a sec. I initially came up with this dice system here, which is a 1d6 oracle. Green on one side and red on one side. So green for yes, red for no. And then I put symbols. So I've got an and symbol here for and, and a B symbol for but. So then this would strip away the need to look up on a table once you've rolled. So you can just simply roll the dice and go yes, but straight away. So that would simplify your games as far as oracles are concerned. Still very basic system, but it works nonetheless. What I wanted to have something a bit more nuanced, something that had a bit more mechanics built into it. So I came up with a 2d6 version of the dice, which was to use 2 dice, have one as a outcome dice, with it was 50-50 yes, no. So I'm sorry if my drawing and painting skills are, like I said, not the greatest, but you get the message when you look at the dice. So one dice contains yes and no's. The other dice has and but on it. So what I also wanted to do was try and use the doubles mechanic from the 2d6 oracle. So what I've done is I've used, in the image on the screen, I've got gold stars, but on the dice it's pretty hard to draw gold stars, so I've just used sort of a pink color circle to illustrate the gold star marking. And then I've also got a white star marking, or just a standard star marking, as you can see in the diagram. I've used white circles. So what this gives us is a 2d6 oracle, yes, no, but, with a doubles twist without having to look up any tables. So if I just take the image off the screen for a second, and then we roll the dice oracle, we'll get a no but in this situation. If I rolled it again, we have the twist comes up. So you can put whatever type of twist you want based on this outcome, but what I've put on here is we've got a no and. So the and symbol, if a no and an and symbol come up with the circle, the gold star, you might say, then our situation grows significantly. So in a positive, or if it's a no and, then it'd be in a negative direction. Whereas if it was a yes and, it would grow significantly in a positive direction. But in this case, that's not the case. So let's give another example. Again, no but. The chances of of getting this are about 3%, based on the 2d6 and the 2 circles. There's only 2 circles on each dice for gold, for the red circle, and 2 for the white. So this gives us a workable solution for 2d6 with twists based on an oracle dice there. But you might say, well, I like my D100 table with probability built into it. And so I have thought about that as well. So on the next slide here, I've got a variant version of this dice system. So basically this would add in another set of outcome dice. We've got a likely dice, which I've got as green base here, and a unlikely dice with a red base. These are just the yes and no. So how you would work this, so I'll just take this off the screen again, is you would substitute the yes no base oracle for one of the other 3 dice. So if you were in a situation that was likely, then you would just use the green dice and the modifier dice, and the likelihood of yes is increased because the green dice has 4 yeses and 2 nos, whereas the red oracle dice has 2 yeses and 4 nos. So you get more chance of getting a no response than you would on the base dice. So that's the 4 dice, and hopefully it will streamline the gameplay and stop some table lookups and hopefully increase immersion in your solo gaming sessions. I have created a GitHub repository with some examples and images and quick reference guides for creating your own set of these 4 dice. So I'd really, if you would want to have a go at creating them yourself, then you can. Basically, what I used for these is I've got a whole bunch of these wooden dice off of eBay. I think that was like 50 dice for $10 Australian. So pretty economical, and you can just come up with a whole bunch of different versions of it. You could try doing it with less with less red circles, or to reduce the probability of getting a significant event. I should say that with the white circles indicate a detail focus in my case here. So if I was to say I found a gem and I was wanting the wanting to know whether it has significant in some way, then I could, if I got the white circle, then I could drill deeper into it would allow me to drill deeper into the specifics of the item that I'm asking the question about. So that's pretty much the video. If you could like and subscribe to the video, obviously I'm a new channel, so any likes or subscribe or comments around the dice or your ideas for other Oracle dice are greatly appreciated. So please pass on any comments, and we'll see you in the next video.